What's up YouTube, it's JackalGoldKick. Gonna be doing a PS2 collection video. Gonna show you my PlayStation 2 collection, all the PS2 games I have for the PlayStation 2 system. Gonna show you that in this video. The PlayStation 2 is a great system, definitely one of the best consoles of all time, definitely one of my favorite systems of all time. Great console, a lot of great games, and grew up on it for sure. It's my second favorite console. Right before the 360, which is my favorite console of all time. So yeah, here's my PS2 collection. Shout out to Tone Legit. He's a subscriber that requested this video. He wanted me to do a PlayStation 2 collection video, so here it is. Going to do that request. This will be my PS2 collection. Let's do this. So, up first is Dynasty Warriors 4. Absolutely love this game. Dynasty Warriors 4 is a classic game. It's easily my favorite one in the series. I think it's the best entry in the franchise, and it's my favorite one in the series because I just think it does everything the best out of all the Warriors games. The character designs, the art style, the weapon system, the story mode, the level design, the music, the tone of the game, how it's very serious and gritty looking, and it's, you know, realistic looking. It's got great music. I just think this is a great game. It has a lot of cool things like, you know, you can level your weapons up, which is very convenient. All the characters have so many outfits to unlock, no bullshit DLC like how it is nowadays. You got to pay for it. You can actually unlock outfits in this game, color palettes, brand new alternate outfits, and their DW3 costumes. A lot of characters to play as. This had some new cool characters, like you had Sao Rin, Zhou Tai, and Yu Ying, so that was cool. But yeah, Dynasty Warriors 4, love this game. This is definitely my favorite in the series, and I think it's the best one in the series. It just does everything the best. I love the music, I love the character designs, I love the weapons, I love the gameplay, I love everything about the game, and I love the serious, gritty art style it has. Kind of bothers me how the Warriors games nowadays are a lot more anime looking and kind of cartoony looking. I wanted to go back to this where it actually looked gritty and realistic, because this is a T-rated game, but this could pass for an M-rated game because it has a nice, just gritty art style. So yeah, love Dynasty Warriors 4. Was one of the ones I played growing up next to Dynasty Warriors 3 when I was introduced to the series. Love Dynasty Warriors 4, classic game. It just does everything the best in the series, from the music, character designs, level designs, gameplay, you know, weapons, music, the fucking... You know, everything is just done right in this game. It's just a classic game. Love this game. I love the English dub in this game. The English dub in this game is great. Love the voice acting. Some of it's fucking funny. Love Peng Tong's voice in this. Love Sun Jian's voice in this. Love Zhao Yuan's voice in this. It's very raspy, Steve Bloom. The English dub's legendary in this as well. I also prefer a lot of the voice actors in this one compared to the newer ones. Sun Se has a better voice in here. He sounds a lot more tough, whereas in the new games he doesn't sound as tough. He sounds a lot more, I don't know, kind of a Spider-Man type character, kind of lighthearted, maybe a little bit feminine. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but Sun-Se just sounds more cool in this game and more tough, you know. I just love what the characters say when you defeat officers. It's just a legendary game, and I fucking love it. I wish this would get a remake or a remaster, because this is still the GOAT and the king of the Warriors games, and this has not been surpassed, in my opinion. Up next is Samurai Warriors 2 Extreme Legends. Don't technically have this for PS2. I mean, I have the case, but in terms of the disc, I didn't get it. The thing about Samurai Warriors 2 Extreme Legends, you can't really get this on PS2 because it's a very rare disc. A lot of people that buy this, and someone I know, they never really got the disc. I got Samurai Warriors 2 for PS2, and I tried to keep getting this for the PlayStation 2. And I never could get it, so I said, fuck it, I got the 360 version and just got the Extreme Legends digital, because it was too much of a pain in the ass to get the Extreme Legends, because I got the case, but didn't get the disc, and it just seems like a pain in the ass to get the disc for this game. So yeah, Samurai Warriors 2 Extreme Legends, don't have much to say about this. I didn't play the 360 version much. I definitely need to try out Extreme Legends, but yeah, that's one I have, just the case. Yeah. Up next is Dynasty Warriors 3. This is a pretty good game as well. Another good Warriors game. Definitely was a big improvement on Dynasty Warriors 2. This is a lot of people's favorites as well. I like this one as well. This isn't my favorite. I prefer 4, but I do like Dynasty Warriors 3. It's got good character design, really good music as well, good gameplay, good kingdom-based story mode, really good challenge to it, good level design, fun game, good roster. Yeah, it's a good game. So yeah, Dynasty Warriors 3 is another one I have. Pretty good game. I like this one as well. It's a solid title, and definitely like this one as well. back when Koi was worth a damn. The English dub in this game is known for being bad. It's kind of a funny bad thing, kind of like Resident Evil 1. But yeah, Dynasty Warriors 3, another good game. You know, it just does everything right, just like 4 did. And it was a huge improvement over 2. And it's a pretty dope game. So yeah, this is my first Dynasty Warriors game, and this is my introduction to the series. I remember the first few characters I always used in this game was Huang Gai, Sun Jian, and Dian Wei. Those are my first 3 characters I always used, and that's why they're some of my favorites. And I always used to play the stage where Liu Bao, whatever his name is, kills Sun Jian. I used to play that stage all the time. So yeah, great game right here. Up next is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Legendary game right here. My favorite GTA game, one of my favorite video games of all time. It is a classic video game. I put it up there with Resident Evil 4. It's just a great game. The story, the characters, the setting, the gameplay, the missions, the cheat codes, the world itself, the music, the cars, everything about this game is just great. This is a perfect game right here, and it's a fantastic game. And in my opinion, GTA peaked with this game. This was the peak of Grand Theft Auto. After this game, I don't think they ever were able to go back to the greatness of this. GTA 4 and GTA 5 don't hold a fucking candle to this game, in my opinion. Love San Andreas. It's a classic game, does so many things right. I wish it would get a remake. It is getting a remaster, but a remake would probably be more interesting. But yeah, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, classic game. I consider this the best one in the series. It's my favorite one. I just think it did everything the best. You can, you know, CJ, you can get him muscled up, you can get him fat. Just legendary game right here. One of the best games of all time. Up next is Kingdom Hearts. My brother got this game. I didn't buy this game. As I said in my other collection videos, I'm not a fan of JRPGs, so not a fan of Kingdom Hearts. This isn't my cup of tea. I tried this game and the second one on PS4. Not the second one, but I tried this game on the PS4. Just isn't my style. I know it's a very favorite game for a lot of people, in childhood game with like Disney meets Final Fantasy, which is a unique crossover and it definitely stands out. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts, did try this on PS4. Just not my style. Don't like the aesthetic, don't like the gameplay. Just isn't my type of game. Up next is Fight Night Round 3. I haven't played this game, so I don't know what to think of it. A lot of these PS2 games were bought, but a lot of them were given to me by someone like for free. So this was from a pile of PS2 games that was given to me for free. So I haven't played this. I remember playing one of the Fight Night Round games, one of the boxing games. I remember it being pretty good, but yeah, Fight Night Round 3. Remember not. Yeah, I haven't played this one. I haven't played this one. I'm trying to make sure you can see the case because the lighting isn't the best, I'll admit. But yeah, hopefully you guys can see the case fine. But yeah, Fight Night Round 3. Haven't played this one. Don't really have much to say about it. I remember playing one of the boxing games. I remember it being pretty good, but not really in a sports game. So I don't know if I'd play this, but this is one of the games that was given to me for free in like a bundle of PS2 games along with like a fat PS2 that I got from someone. So yeah, Fight Night Round 3. Up next is Def Jam Fight for New York. Def Jam Fight for New York. This is a classic video game. This is another game that I love. One of the best PS2 games, one of the best games of all time. I love Def Jam Fight for New York. This is a classic fucking video game. It's one of the only fighting game series and fighting games I actually like. It was just such a cool idea, you know, this fighting game with rappers in it. You know, take hip-hop and combine it with fighting games. Genius idea, you know? And it's just a fucking awesome game. It's got a simplistic fighting system, which I like, and you have this area to move around. You can play as all these rappers. You can play as like Redman, Method Man, Exhibit, Sean Paul, Freeway, Ludacris, Slick Rick, you know, Dub C. You can even play as people that were in the movie industry like Danny Trejo and stuff. It just has a badass roster. It has badass rap music in it, cool fucking stages, fun fighting game, very challenging. You have a story mode where you can create your own character and like get a bunch of this hip-hop fashion and wear a bunch of your clothes and build your way through the campaign. Snoop Dogg plays the villain in the story mode, really cool. His outfit looks a lot like the one from Bones, which I don't know if that's a coincidence or not, the movie Bones. And D-Mob's in this. So, and apparently this game was bought years ago at Game Traders for $17. which is crazy thinking about it, because one thing to note about this game, this is a very expensive game nowadays. I'm glad I still have this and I never traded it in, because if you look up Def Jam Fight for New York nowadays, this is a very expensive game. It goes for like $90 or higher. That's how expensive it is. There's not that many copies being sold. It's a very expensive game. So I'm glad I kept my copy, because, man, it jumped up in price. But yeah, this is a classic fucking video game. Love Def Jam Fight for New York. One of the best games of all time. We should get a remaster or remake, because I fucking love this game. It's classic. Just a great hip-hop fighting game, and it's fucking awesome. Love the hell out of this game. And it's a fun co-op game to play as well, and 4-player game if you have the multi-adapter for the PS2. But yeah, game's classic. This is a GOAT game right here. So up next is Gauntlet Dark Legacy. This is a pretty good game as well. This is like an action RPG Diablo type game. So yeah, Gauntlet Dark Legacy, pretty good game. It's got good level design, good gameplay. It's all right playing by yourself, but it's a game that's better in co-op. You can play with like multiple people. You basically play as a class of characters like a sorceress, a jester, a warrior, a wizard, stuff like that, and you play as any one of them and level them up, and you go through these stages to, there's a, I'm trying to remember the story. There's like a evil mage that like fucks the world up, and you got to get like these you got to get these rune stones back to restore something or some shit like that, and you help this wizard out. Forgot his name, but yeah, I almost said Def Jam. Gauntlet Dark Legacy, pretty good game. Don't mind it. It's just a lot better in co-op. It's got good level design, really good music, good gameplay, good action RPG Diablo type. Very similar to Marvel Ultimate Alliance as well. You got magic attacks, you got regular attacks, you can level your characters up, you go through all these worlds to fight different enemies. So yeah, it's a pretty good game for sure. Good co-op game on PS2. It's up to 4 players, and it's really good, especially if you got that multi-tapped adapter for PS2 where you can plug in multiple controllers. But yeah, Gauntlet Dark Legacy, pretty good game as well. Up next, shit. I have these games in a drawer, so it's kind of wedged in there. God damn, fucking hell. So up next is Kingdom Hearts 2. I'm gonna re-show these real quick in the middle just to make sure, because this is the only way you can see them perfectly. So just to make sure people saw them, here's a better lighting position of them, just to make sure people saw them. So let me do that real quick. So yeah, just want to make sure I get the best position of these in the lighting, because I feel like they were still too dark when I was talking about them. I could be wrong, though. This could be a waste of time, but fuck it. I want to do this in one take. So yeah, making sure that everybody sees them up close. All right. That's all of them up close with a little bit better lighting. So yeah. All right, back to the collection. I just wanted to do that real quick because I want to make sure people were able to see my collection the best way possible with the lighting. So I just re-showed them. But all right, back to the PS2 collection. Kingdom Hearts 2. This is another game that my brother got. I didn't get this game. Didn't play this one. Didn't like Kingdom Hearts 1, so I probably wouldn't like this one either. So I probably wouldn't try it. Don't have much to say about it. But yeah, this is another one. Kingdom Hearts 2. Because, you know, the first one wasn't my cup of tea, so that I probably wouldn't like that one either. Another copy of Dynasty Warriors 4. Up next is Final Fantasy 13. This is another game my brother got. I didn't get this game. I tried this game on PS4. I even think I tried it on PS2. Can't remember, but I did try this game. Wasn't my cup of tea. Just not a fan of JRPGs or the aesthetic or the gameplay style of it. Just isn't my cup of tea. It isn't what I like. Just it didn't do anything for me. It doesn't appeal to me. But yeah, Final Fantasy 13. That's another one. Up next is UFC Sudden Impact. So this is another game that was given to me with a free bundle of games. I didn't play this one. Don't really have much interest in it. Not really into sports stuff. Not really into UFC. But yeah, UFC Sudden Impact. That's another one. Just one I got for free. You know, I don't buy games I'm not interested in, but this is just one I got for free. So hey, it's free. That's pretty cool, I guess. All right, so up next is Medal of Honor Rising Sun. This is another free game that was in the bundle of PS2 games I got. I don't know if this is the one with it. No, this one has another disc in it. Because I think I had like 2 copies of this game. So I think I have the disc to this. But yeah, Medal of Honor Rising Sun. It's another free game in the PS2 bundle. I remember trying this, I think, and it wasn't my cup of tea because I'm not really into first-person shooters, especially like first-person military shooters. Just don't care for them. So, yeah, it's another one. Remember not really caring for it, though. I think I did play this one. Another copy of GTA San Andreas. Another game wedged in there. I fucking hate this drawer. Damn. Up next is Final Fantasy X-2. It's another game my brother got. I didn't get this game. Haven't played this game, so don't have much to say about it. It's a sequel to Final Fantasy X. Probably wouldn't like it, you know, since I didn't like the other ones. I don't like JRPGs. I did play 10, the remaster, but I didn't play this one. Probably wouldn't be into it. But yeah, that's another one. That's another one in the collection. Final Fantasy X-2. Up next is SWAT Global Strike Team. This was another game in that free bundle of PS2 games. Not a fan of this game. I tried this one, just didn't really care for it. Didn't like the gameplay, didn't like the style of it. Just wasn't my thing. It's like a tactical-based first-person shooter where you kind of do these like missions as SWAT team members. Just not a fan of this. So yeah, SWAT Team Global. What is it? SWAT Global Strike Team. This is another one. Didn't care for this one. Wasn't my style. So yeah, that's another one. Up next is Conflict Vietnam. This is another one I didn't care for. I tried this one. Wasn't my style either. It's kind of like a military RPG, pretty much. Not a fan of this one. It's like a third-person / first-person shooter. Didn't really care for this one aesthetically and gameplay-wise. Just wasn't really appealing. I didn't care for it. Again, this was another game in a free PS2 bundle. I didn't buy this one. But yeah, I tried this one. Didn't really care for it. So, yeah. Up next is another copy of GTA San Andreas. Up close. It's like a generic black case. Is it in here? No, it's not in here. Another game's in here, actually. A game that doesn't have a case. I'll talk about this one. So, yeah. Yeah, this is just a generic case with GTA San Andreas sticker. Yeah. So, the game that was in there that I don't have a case for is Conflict Desert Storm 2 Back to Baghdad. So, yeah, Conflict Desert Storm 2 Back to Baghdad. This is another one. I tried this game, didn't like this one. I didn't like the other Conflict game I showed. So yeah, I wasn't a fan of this one either. Just not my cup of tea in terms of gameplay and aesthetic and style. So yeah, this is another one that I did not really care for. So yeah, this is another one that I wasn't a fan of. It just wasn't my style whatsoever. Up next is this is another one that was in the free PS2 bundle. I didn't buy this. I played it briefly because I was thinking of selling it. Definitely not something I'm interested in. But Dance Dance Revolution. This is Dance Dance Revolution Xtreme 2. Not really my style. Don't really like these kind of games. Don't really like the Just Dance type games. These kind of games. Just not a fan of them. I did play other music games. Like I didn't mind Guitar Hero. I wish they would make a rap version of Guitar Hero. It always pissed me off. They never did that. But Guitar Hero was cool. But yeah, Dance Dance Revolution Xtreme. Dance Dance Revolution Xtreme 2. This was something I was thinking about selling. This was in the free PS2 bundle I got as well. So yeah, not my style, not what I'm into. Like a dance game where you dance to music and stuff. Don't have much to say about this one, but yeah, it's another one. Up next is Final Fantasy X, the PS2 version. This is another game my brother got. I didn't get this one. I already stated my opinion on this one. I think I tried this briefly on PS2 years ago. Tried this on PS4, the remaster. Just not a fan of this game. Don't like the style. Don't like the gameplay. It just isn't my cup of tea. Not really a fan of the JRPG genre myself or the turn-based gameplay. So yeah, that's another one in the PS2 collection. So yeah, here's the actual copy of here's the actual copy of Medal of Honor Rising Sun. So yeah, there it is, Medal of Honor Rising Sun. As I said, not a fan of this game. Wasn't my cup of tea. I think I did play this. It wasn't my cup of tea. Like I said, I don't like first-person shooters. Don't like first-person military shooters, especially. Just not my style. Not what I enjoy. Just pretty boring game. Didn't care for it. Didn't care for the military aspect of it. But yeah, Medal of Honor Rising Sun. That's another one. Don't care for this one. Once again, this was in the free PS2 bundle. I didn't buy this one. Up next is a... What is this? This was something also on the PS2 bundle. True Crime Streets of LA Uncovered exclusive video from the game. So I don't know what this is. It's like some kind of bonus thing or something. Oh yeah, I think if I had to guess, this is like a behind the scenes thing. I didn't check this out. You know, when it comes to like games and movies, the extra stuff is cool, but I'm not really into it, especially movies. I don't really care for the bonus stuff. Maybe games a little bit more, I would say. But yeah, I haven't checked this out, but this is True Crime Streets of LA Uncovered exclusive video from the game. So what this seems to be is basically it seems to be like, I guess, a behind the scenes thing for the game. That's what it seems like. So yeah, I don't have much to say about it. Don't know what this is. Alright, so got some more right here. Max Payne. Liked this game as a kid, but as an adult, this game just does not hold up. I think it's aged poorly. It's got really bad gameplay. Frame rate is horrible on the PS2 version. Just not a fan of this anymore. It's aged pretty poorly. It needs a goddamn remake with the gameplay of Max Payne 3 to really improve it, because it would improve it a lot more if they would do a remake of this. So yeah, Max Payne 1, not a fan of this anymore. It just doesn't hold up. It's an innovative game for the bullet time and slowdown time, that's for sure. But Max Payne 1, not a fan of this anymore. I liked it more as a kid, but it doesn't hold up as an adult. It just has really bad, dated gameplay. It's very hard and rough to use. Needs a remake desperately. So yeah, that's another one. Up next, let me move some stuff around. Up next is Samurai Warriors. This is a great game right here. This is another classic game from Koei. Very underrated game too. A lot of people do not talk about this game. This is one of my favorite Warriors games. This is my favorite Samurai Warriors game. And I think this is the best Warriors game in the goddamn... the best Samurai Warriors game in the series. It's just great. It's got a great roster. Everybody has a story mode. You have split pass. You have hypotheticals. You have great music. Everybody plays differently. Everybody has their own, character design. They have their own unique outfit you can unlock. Great level design. Great music. Great gameplay. Good challenge. This was a lot different than Dynasty Warriors in some ways when it first came out, because you had like the mission system. The level up system was a lot different. You had a life bar and the horse and things like that. So yeah, love Samurai Warriors 1 classic game. Definitely the best one in the Samurai Warriors series. Very underrated. A lot more people should talk about it, because I think this is the best one in the series. I love the English dub in this one as well. The voice acting in this game is really good. One of my favorite dubs. I wish the Samurai Warriors, the rest of the games, would have kept this dub, because it was the best one. Everybody was top notch except for Akuni. She had a terrible voice, but everybody else was really good. So yeah, classic game. Love this one right here. Of course, I also have the expansion Samurai Warriors Extreme Legends, which adds on to the game. It adds Tadagatsu, Hideyoshi, Yoshimoto, and Ina. It adds those 4 characters. They all get a campaign. It adds other stuff like a new stage, 6th weapons, basically extra content. So yeah, this was a good expansion to SW1. Improves the roster, extends it, adds some improvements to the game. This was a pretty cool expansion as well. Really like this Extreme Legends. Just adds to the game even more. And it's a great Extreme Legends. So yeah, this is pretty good as well. Good one for sure. Up next is Dynasty Warriors 2. Not a fan of this game. I respect it for starting the Warriors games and being the first one, but I've tried to get into this game and I just can't get into it. I wanted to try it, but I just cannot get into Dynasty Warriors 2. It's just too old and too outdated. It's very bare bones. You only have like 4 attacks. There's not much to it. Just 4 attacks, a Musu attack. There's not really any voice acting on the stages. Just a very bare bones, limited game. It's aged very poorly. I respect it for starting the series, but you know, when you play the later ones and you see all the improvements they made, it's just hard to go back to this one and enjoy it. So yeah, Dynasty Warriors 2, couldn't get into this one. Very dated, just not really fun. So yeah, that's another one. Got to move some more stuff around. Got some PS1 stuff here I'm trying to move around. Maybe I'll do that in the future, like a PS1 collection. After this, the only collections I could show is probably PS1 and then Xbox One. Could do a Wii collection video, but I only have like 3 Wii games. That'd be a short fucking video. Up next is Dynasty Warriors 3 Extreme Legends, which is the expansion for Dynasty Warriors 3, a base game. This is a good Extreme Legends. I didn't get to try all of it, but I tried some of it. It basically gives all the characters in the other force a campaign. So Lu Bu, Yuan Shao, Dong Zhuo, Zhu Rong, Diao Chan, and Meng Huo, they all get a campaign because they didn't have one in the regular 3, which is pretty cool. So they all get campaigns, basically 7 new campaigns, which is pretty cool. You get like, you can customize your bodyguards. There's 5th weapons, new items, you know, very hard difficulty level, just a lot of bonuses. So I remember this being a pretty good Extreme Legends. It was the first Extreme Legends in the series. Yeah, Dynasty Warriors 3 Extreme Legends, that's another one I have. Remember this being a pretty cool expansion, and it enhanced and added to the base DW3, and it was cool that they gave the characters in the other force a story mode because they didn't have one in base 3. I do wish Fushi and Nua had a campaign in this one. They definitely should have gave those two a campaign. That would have really took some even more creative writing to really do some hypothetical stuff with them, because they were just like random characters in this game till they were reintroduced later and changed a lot. But yeah, it's another one I have. Up next is Def Jam Vendetta, as the announcer D-Mob says it when you start it. Another classic game. Love Def Jam Vendetta. This is a great game. It has a great roster of, you know, rappers you can play as, like Ghostface Killah, Dub C, Keith Murray, you know, Ludacris, Method Man, Scarface, Redman. You got Nori. And there is some characters in this game that actually isn't in Fight for New York, which I don't know why. Like DMX, he's in this game, but he's not in Fight for New York, which is weird because he's from New York. So I don't know why he wasn't in the second game, but DMX is in this game, which is pretty cool. Rest in peace to DMX, by the way. But yeah, Def Jam Vendetta, classic game right here. Love this one. I don't know which one I like more, to be honest. Like, I like this one and I like Fight for New York. I don't know which one I like more. I think each game does their own things good. I like this game a lot. I don't know. I don't know which one I'd prefer. That's a hard one. Maybe this one? I don't know. I like this in the second game a lot. The second game is a little bit different. It's more of like a street fighting thing where you fight. This is more of a wrestling game, but I like Def Jam Vendetta. It has more of like a wrestler feel to it. You have like a random amount of characters you can play as in the story mode. You don't create your own character. You play as these random guys like Tank and Proof. He's not related to the D12 group, but rest in peace to Proof. Just a guy named Proof. Who's another one? Briggs. And then, yeah, Briggs, Proof, Tank, and then some guy named Spider. So those are the 4 you can play as. They're like, they don't got no voice from what I remember. But yeah, Def Jam Vendetta, classic game. D-Mob's a great villain. Really good wrestling game, has a really good roster, fun game, good maps, good fighting game, good wrestling game. This is actually what I did on my channel when I first started. The very first video and very first content I made when I first came on YouTube was of Def Jam Vendetta. That's what this was. I made videos about this and did gameplay of it. That was my first ever type of content for this channel. So yeah, I love Def Jam Vendetta, great game. Don't know what I prefer more though over this or Fight for New York. It's really hard to say. I don't have Def Jam Icon. Used to have that one. I traded it in. That game's a piece of shit. It's a shitty sequel and it's lame compared to these ones, man. Def Jam Icon fucking sucked. It had shitty fighting, lackluster roster. You fought a fucking cop at the end of the game. You fought a detective at the end of the game. Like, that's such a generic, lame last boss. Yeah, fuck Def Jam Icon. That game's a piece of shit. Disappointing game for a next-gen console. Hated Icon. Didn't care for that one. Def Jam Vendetta and Fight for New York are way better. So yeah, Def Jam Vendetta. Love this game. Good story mode. You know, good character roster. Good level design. Just a good wrestler game. Really enjoyed this one. Solid title. You know, and it's up there with Fight for New York. I can't think of which one I like more. I will say, I think Def Jam Vendetta, in my opinion, has a better soundtrack than Fight for New York. I do think that. I think this game has a better soundtrack than Fight for New York. I like the music in this one a lot more, in my opinion, because there is New York rap in here, but you have some more West Coast stuff in here too, like The Streets by Dub C. So I like that a lot more. Whereas Fight for New York, I think it has other types of music, but it's mostly like New York stuff, whereas this has some West Coast shit in it. So yeah, Def Jam Vendetta, classic game. I wish this and Fight for New York could get a remaster or a remake. They need to do a new Def Jam game, for crying out loud. We need Dr. Dre, Eminem, 50 Cent, G-Unit. They need to be in a Def Jam game. I wish they were in this or Fight for New York. I would love to play as 50 Cent, G-Unit, D12, Eminem, Dr. Dre, Ice Cube. Shit would be dope as hell. But yeah, love this game right here, Def Jam Vendetta. Classic game. And then there's other characters in this game that aren't even in the second one too. Like there's like a bunch of random characters like Razor, a character that reminds me of ICP by the name of Chuckles. I don't know if that was intentional, but there's a guy named Chuckles. He looks like a juggalo. He's like a clown, but he's not a real person. So they had a lot of creative characters in this one that didn't return in the second one, which is weird. They should have kept them, but they did keep some of them. But yeah, this is a good one right here. Love Def Jam Vendetta. Up next is Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne. Just like Max Payne 1, liked this as a kid, but don't think it would hold up now. I played a little bit of it, but didn't really go far in it. I don't think I'd like it either. It probably had the same problems as the first one, I don't know. But yeah, I liked this as a kid, but probably wouldn't like it as an adult. It's probably aged poorly like the first one, but I did like it as a kid, you know, but I just think it's going to age poorly like the first one. But yeah, Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne. That's another one. Up next is Mortal Kombat Armageddon. I liked the Mortal Kombat games as a kid, but these days, now I know what I really like in terms of video games, what I'm really into. So I'm not really into these kind of fighting games anymore. Not really into Mortal Kombat anymore. So this doesn't hold up for me. Not a fan of it anymore. Not a fan of the Mortal Kombat games anymore. I don't like this fighting game style where you got to remember all the combos, and it's like you can only see your character move. You don't really have much control of the stage. I just prefer the style of Def Jam. I'm not really a fan of these kind of fighting games. Not really a fan of Mortal Kombat. Like this stuff as a kid, but it just doesn't hold up. And this didn't hold up for me as well. So yeah, that's another one. Up next is Dynasty Warriors 5 Extreme Legends. This is a great game right here. This is a great expansion to Dynasty Warriors 5. I would say this is probably the best Extreme Legends, maybe, actually. Really like this one. It adds, like, you know, new modes, new challenge modes, a new difficulty, some rare items, it's just expanded to DW5. So I remember this being a pretty good expansion. Had a pretty challenging mode where you could just do stage after stage after stage and just kept getting harder. That was pretty cool. I can't remember, it's called Destiny mode, I think. I could be wrong on that. I loved Destiny mode in this game. Destiny mode in DW5 Extreme Legends was great. It was so much fun creating your own character, building up your own officer, working through the ranks by working under officers. That was cool as hell. So yeah, Dynasty Warriors 5 Extreme Legends. This was a really good expansion to the base 5. Really good enhancements. It's a shame there was no new characters or no new weapons in this one, though. But yeah, it also had like new stages. It was kind of reminding me of Dream Mode stages from Warriors Roach. It had like some new stages as well. Like one of them was Lu Sang Village, how Guan Yu and Zhang Fei and Liu Bei met. So that was pretty cool. As well as some others like Yangping Gate with Cao Cao. I believe that's the one. But yeah, good expansion. Loved the Destiny mode in this. Played it so much. This is just so much fun creating your own character, building up through the ranks and working under officers. So much stuff to do, choices. You can defect. You can build your own officer up. It just really feels like a better version of edit mode, in my opinion, because I've never really cared for edit mode or create a character, and I think Destiny mode really made it a lot more enjoyable. So yeah, it's another one. This is a 360 game. Wow. I didn't show this in my video. Holy shit. I guess I'll show it in this one since I didn't show it in that one. So yeah, here's an off-topic one. Left 4 Dead 2. Maybe I did, but I don't think I showed this in the 360 collection. Damn. I forgot to show this one, so I'll show it in here. So yeah, this is something I didn't show. I forgot I had this. Left 4 Dead 2. Classic zombie game for the Xbox 360. Just a great zombie game. It was very original, very unique. You got great characters like Nick and Ellis. Good maps like Dark Carnival with clown zombies. Good first-person shooter with zombies, really good game. It's not the best kind of sequel because it just feels the same as Left 4 Dead 1, but with extra content. I prefer Left 4 Dead 1 over this one. I think that one has a better roster. It's a lot more horror-like because you have a lot more night stages. But yeah, Left 4 Dead 2 is pretty damn good. Remember liking this one a lot, having some good co-op fun with this one. Great maps, good gameplay, decent roster. I just think Rochelle and Coach are a little bit and it feels more like a DLC than a sequel. But yeah, I remember really liking Left 4 Dead 2. Great game. Wish they would do a Left 4 Dead fucking 3. But yeah, wanted to include this one. I know it's a PS2 collection video, but I wanted to include this because I didn't include it in the 360 collection. So gonna include it here because I guess I forgot to mention it. But yep, that's another one. Great game right here. I don't have Left 4 Dead 1 anymore. I think that was traded in. I'll have to get that again eventually. So yeah, I only have Left 4 Dead 2. So up next is Onimusha Warlords. This was a game that I liked when I was younger. I remember liking it. Like I played Onimusha 1, 2, and 3 and a little bit of 4, and I liked the series when I was younger, but as I've gotten older and I realized what I'm into, not really a fan of this anymore. I tried to go back to Onimusha, just isn't my style, not really into this. I mean, it's kind of cool because it's like a samurai version of Resident Evil hack and slash, but couldn't really get into this. Doesn't really hold up for me as an adult. I'm not a fan of it. I thought I was, but I'm not a fan of it when I revisited it as an adult. Because I kind of liked it as a kid, but now I'm at a point where I know what I'm into. So yeah, not into this, not into Onimusha Warlords anymore. Just isn't my cup of tea. I think the problem with it is the same problem I have with the old school Resident Evil games. This has fixed camera angles, and I really don't like fixed camera angles. Just boring camera angles, boring gameplay. Maybe if they remade this and over the shoulder, I could get into it. Maybe. But yeah, Onimusha Warlords. Remember liking that as a kid, but this game in the series just doesn't hold up for me as an adult because I know what I'm into now. Whereas a kid, a teen, I just feel like you're kind of still in that developing stage. You're kind of you're coming to grips with what you're into and what you're not into. I could be wrong on that, but yeah, that's another one. Up next is Onimusha 2 Samurai's Destiny. Same as the first one. Not a fan of this one either as a kid. Well, I played it as a kid, but I only revisited the first Onimusha when I was an adult, but I wasn't really into that one anymore. So probably wouldn't be into this one either. So yeah, Onimusha 2, Samurai's Destiny. That's another one. It's a lot like the first one, you know, hack and slash with demons, and it's a samurai game similar to Resident Evil, which is what the first Onimusha was as well. And that one you played as Suminosuke Echi, which was he was related to Mitsuhide, and you had to go rescue a princess in a village. You play as a different character named Jubei in this one. He is seeking revenge for what happened to his people in the village. They were killed by demons. I think that's the story of this one. So yeah, Onimusha 2, Samurai's Destiny. I will say I remember not caring for this one as much as the first one because I hated the gift system. It was very confusing, and there just really isn't no guides out there on it. So yeah, this is another one. Probably wouldn't be a fan of it if I revisited it because I wasn't a fan of Onimusha 1 when I revisited it. Same problem I have is fixed camera angles. Just not a fan of fixed camera angles. So yeah, there's another one. Next up is The Godfather. Great game right here. This is The Godfather, the game. Great game right here. Really good GTA type game. It's like a game adaptation of the Godfather movie. One of the better video game adaptations. And, you know, video game adaptations have a better track record than movie adaptations of games. But yeah, The Godfather, the game. Great game right here. Really good GTA type game. You create your own character. You rise through the ranks of the mobs. You know, it's like a mobster type game. You rise through the ranks. Has a good setting. You know, good cars, good driving, good gameplay, good third-person shooting gameplay, good story, good voice acting, good level design. You know, fun gameplay of taking over mobster territories and stuff like that. Just a good sandbox GTA type game. Remember really liking this one a lot. I haven't played it in years, but I remember really enjoying this one. I think there was like a 7th gen version too. So yeah, Godfather the game. Remember this being a really good GTA type game, sandbox type game, sandbox open world good type game, good adaptation of the movie. So yeah, that's another one. Godfather the game. Up next is Legacy of Kane Defiance. So this is another series that I thought I used to like. I had a nostalgia for Legacy of Kain and nostalgia for this game because I played it as a kid, and then I revisited it a little bit later, and I remember liking it when I revisited the games, but when I revisited it as an adult, especially the first entry, Blood Omen 1, not a fan of it anymore, not my cup of tea anymore, just not really into the series. It's got great music, great level design, and really good voice acting, you know, especially for its time when it came out when voice acting wasn't really a priority. But yeah, Legacy of Kain Defiance, I got this along with the other ones when I was wanting to revisit them because I had nostalgia for them as a kid and I wanted to revisit them. So I don't know, maybe I'll try these again one day, maybe, you know, but I remember not caring for the Legacy of Kain series anymore nowadays, the age I am as an adult, and I realize I'm not really a fan of this series anymore. Gameplay wise and style wise, which is a shame because I had nostalgia for it. So yeah, that's another one. Legacy of Kain Defiance. That's a game where you, yeah. Let me talk a little bit more about it just to get a little bit more in depth. Hold on. So yeah, Legacy of Kain Defiance basically is it's kind of a hack and slash, fixed camera angles a little bit. You can control. You play as Raziel and Kane in this one. You go back and forth between the two. And you know, Kane's a vampire. He sucks blood from people, and Raziel is like a soul, like a dead soul with no mouth. He eats people's souls. You play as them two back and forth. That's what the game is. So yeah, I just wanted to go a little bit more in depth with it. This was the final one in the series of Legacy of Kain. Up next is Onimusha 3 Demon Siege. Not a fan of this one. Well, I didn't revisit it, but much like Onimusha 2, probably wouldn't be a fan of this if I did revisit it. But yeah, it's one of those things where as a kid, I played Onimusha 1, 2, and this one. I remember liking it as a kid, but as I've gotten older, now I know what my tastes are. Not a fan of this series anymore. This probably wouldn't hold up. Just the fixed camera angle gameplay and the style just isn't my cup of tea. This game's basically the protagonist from the first one comes back, and he teams up with this new character. And they're like, one's in a town, one's in Paris, and then the other character's in the past. So yeah, it's another one, Onimusha 3, Demon Siege. You know, much like the first two games, hack and slash, but similar to Resident Evil, fixed camera angles and puzzles, and you fight demons. Up next is The Lord of the Rings, The Third Age, which is a JRPG game. My brother got this game. I didn't get this game. Not a fan of this game. Same reason I'm not a fan of Final Fantasy games, just not really a fan of JRPG. So yeah, this isn't my cup of tea either. It's basically a Lord of the Rings game, but JRPG. Plays just like Final Fantasy. You play as these three characters. I don't remember what their names are, but they're like brand new characters. It has some of the characters from the movies in it. But yeah, The Lord of the Rings, The Third Age. That's another one. Oh, this is an original Xbox game, so we'll put that to the side. Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks. Liked this game as a kid, but as I've stated earlier, probably wouldn't like this anymore. Well, yeah, I did revisit this. I liked Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks as a kid, but as an adult, don't like it anymore. Just isn't my cup of tea anymore. Don't like the Mortal Kombat series. Don't like this kind of fighting game style. It just isn't my cup of tea. You know, it's a different kind of Mortal Kombat game. It's kind of like a beat 'em up type game where you play as Liu Kang and Kung Lao, and you go through them on this journey in story mode. So it's kind of different. You have like combos and stuff like that. But yeah, didn't like the other. So yeah, my updated opinion on this game, Mortal Kombat in general, just isn't my cup of tea anymore. Don't like the style or the gameplay. Thought I did as a kid, but as an adult, now I know what I like. Not a fan of Mortal Kombat or fighting games like this, or not a fan of this game either. It doesn't hold up. So yeah, Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, that's another one. Up next is The Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver 2. So yeah, this is another one that probably wouldn't hold up. Blood Omen 1's the only one I revisited. I think. Yeah, Blood Omen 1, no, I revisited some of the others. I don't think I revisited this one, but yeah, I remember liking this when I was younger, revisiting Legacy of Kain, but probably wouldn't like this anymore, or the series itself with the gameplay and stuff. It has a good story and good music, but yeah, this is basically you play as Raziel. It's after Soul Reaver 1, and you go after Kane. This takes place after Blood Omen 1 as well, where Kane refused to sacrifice, so the whole world's in turmoil. So yeah, this is another game. It's like a beat 'em up hack and slash. I guess the gameplay is what it is. That's what it is, and it's like over the shoulder. So yeah, Legacy of Kane, Soul Reaver 2, probably another one I wouldn't like anymore, since I don't think I'm into Legacy of Kane now as an adult, but I did like it as a kid. So if I did return to this, probably wouldn't like it anymore. But I don't know. I'll try these eventually and see where I really stand on them. But yeah, it's hard sometimes trying to determine where I feel about certain games, because sometimes I'm in a mood for a game, sometimes I'm not, and it's kind of hard to tell sometimes, you know, just, I don't know, getting older and stuff. Next up is Legacy of Kane Blood Omen 2. Probably another, this game doesn't hold up as well either. Don't like this one anymore. Same with the Legacy of Kane series, just not into it gameplay wise and style wise. It's basically, you play as Kane. I don't know where it takes place in the series, but you play as Kane. You reclaim your throne because you were killed by a more powerful person who took over this place and took over stuff. So you got to defeat him and his army, kind of like Aliens. It almost seem like Aliens in a way. And the gameplay is like beat 'em up, hack and slash, action adventure type gameplay. I guess I'm not really sure. It's over the shoulder. I do know that this is one of the more hated ones in the series. I had a lot of nostalgia for this as a kid, but I revisited it as a teen when I was revisiting other Legacy of Kane games. I remember liking it, but revisiting it now as an adult, not a fan of it, just not into it gameplay-wise. So yeah, Legacy of Kane Blood Omen 2, that's another one. Like I said, maybe I'll revisit this series. I don't know, but yeah, that's another one. Up next is Resident Evil 4, the PS2 version. This was in the, or I always had this one. This was the first copy I had of Resident Evil 4. Love this game. It's a classic video game. This was mind-blowing. This is the first copy of RE4 I've had. This was when I first played Resident Evil 4. I remember playing this game for the first time on the PS2 years ago and just being blown away by this. This made me a fan of Resident Evil. This made me a fan of horror games. Everything's just top-notch in this game. The level design, the music, the characters, the story, the gameplay, the inventory system, the horror, the enemy design, just everything was top-notch in this game. It's a classic video game, one of the best games of all time. It's a great video game, one of my favorite games of all time. It blew me away back in the day, and it's still an iconic fucking game right here. So yeah, Resident Evil 4, it's another one. Up next is Scarface, The World Is Yours, which is a video game adaptation of the Scarface movie. I remember liking this as a kid. It's basically like a GTA-type sandbox game, but Scarface. Open world, you play as Scarface himself. You know, it's very similar to GTA with missions, drug missions, third-person shooter, over-the-shoulder type of shit. Liked this as a kid, but I replayed it as an adult. Don't really like it anymore. Not really into it anymore. I don't know why. It just doesn't appeal to me anymore. Maybe it's like the gameplay or the style. Maybe it just ages poorly. But yeah, this one didn't hold up for me. But yeah, Scarface, The World Is Yours, another one. Liked this as a kid. Liked this as a kid, but it doesn't hold up anymore. But yeah, that's another one. This actually started after the ending of the first movie, which is pretty interesting. Up next is Resident Evil Code Veronica X. Liked this game as a kid, but it doesn't hold up as an adult. I revisited it kind of on PS2, and then I revisited it on PS4, the digital version. This doesn't hold up anymore because I just do not like the fixed camera angle Resident Evil games, and this is fixed camera angle. I just find the fixed camera angle Resident Evil games boring in my opinion. I just don't like them. They're outdated. I just don't find them fun. I do wish this would get a remake with over-the-shoulder or even first-person gameplay. But yeah, this is another one I got. Not a fan of it anymore. Liked it back in the day, but don't like it anymore. But yeah, Resident Evil Code Veronica X. See if there's anything else in here. Just PS1 games. Oh, it's a disc of Mortal Kombat Armageddon. So yeah, I'm trying to make sure I get all of them in this video. So let me check my drawers just to make sure. I'm gonna try to hurry up because I am running out of time. So I have a few bags. So I'm gonna try to hurry because I am running out of time here. So yeah, let me try to hurry up. So this is an Xbox One game. Let's see, NASCAR Thunder, EA Sports NASCAR Thunder 2003. Not my cup of tea, not really into sports games. I remember trying it, not really into racing games either. I remember trying this, not caring for it at all. I'm not a NASCAR fan. This was in the free PS2 bundle games. So yeah, this is another one. EA Sports NASCAR Thunder 2003. Definitely not my style, not into these kind of games, not into sports games, not into racing games. Next up is True Crime, Streets of LA. Great, well, not great game. I mean, this was a decent game when I played it. It's an okay game, I guess. but it's not a game I'd go back and play. It's an alright game. It just has kind of a, I don't know, the gameplay's alright. It's very similar to GTA sandbox type of game. You play as a guy named, what the hell is his name? I can't remember. But yeah, True Crime Streets of LA. This is a decent game, decent GTA type game. You play as a cop. Main character kind of sucks though. He's very corny with some of his dialogue, very cheesy. But it's a decent game. It's okay. It's like a brawler type shooter. It's an okay game, I guess. It's just not a game I'd go back to. It's not one of my favorites, but it's an okay game. I think the second one's better. I think Sleeping Dogs is better, but yeah, that's another one. That was also in the PS2 bundle. The Suffering. This was also in the free PS2 bundle. I liked this when I first played it, but when I revisited it, didn't like it anymore, so it's not my style. It's like a psychological horror game. You're in like a prison. You play as a silent protagonist who can also turn into a monster. He has a dark past where it's kind of hinted that he killed his family, but it says he didn't, and he can turn into a monster. It's like a third-person / first-person shooter over-the-shoulder camera. So yeah, it's another one, The Suffering. Used to like it, but it doesn't hold up anymore. So got to hurry up. NASCAR 07. So not a fan of this one. You know, not a fan of racing games, not a fan of sports games. I think I tried this. Definitely not my cup of tea. Not into this at all. This was in the free PS2 bundle. So yeah, NASCAR 07. EA Sports, that's another one. Rogue Trooper. This is a decent game, actually. This is like a third-person, over-the-shoulder shooter, military shooter, but you play as like blue people. This was also in the free PS2 bundle. This is a decent game. I didn't love this game, but it was an alright shooter. You played as these rogue troopers, and you fought. It seemed like Nazis you fought on the war-torn New Earth. Yeah, I don't remember much about this game, but I remember this being a decent game. I think they did a remaster. But yeah, Rogue Trooper, I remember this being a decent third-person shooter. I liked the concept of how you had like kind of multiple soldiers in your body. Like they died, but you put their pieces on you or something, and they did certain things for you. And it's cool that there was like blue people, kind of gave it a different feel. But yeah, Rogue Trooper, remember this being a decent game. Not a favorite, but an alright game, I guess. So yeah, that's another one. Up next is Enter the Matrix. This was another game in the free PS2 bundle. Not a fan of this. Couldn't really get into it. It seems like I guess a GTA open world type game, a video game adaptation of Matrix. Didn't really care for this one. I tried it, just not a fan. Didn't like the gameplay or style of it. Not my cup of tea. I don't even like the Matrix films either, by the way. I tried to watch the first Matrix, just not my style. I couldn't get into it. I think a big reason was Keanu Reeves. I just don't like Keanu Reeves. He's a humble guy, but never been a fan of him as an actor. I just don't think he's that good of an actor. But yeah, Enter the Matrix, that's another one I have. Not a fan of this game. It was in the free PS2 bundles. Yeah, not a fan of it. So I've got to hurry up because we're running out of time. Splinter Cell, Logan Shadow. Used to like Splinter Cell as a kid, but I don't think it holds up for me anymore. Tried this one, couldn't get into it. It was pretty boring, military, over-the-shoulder, third-person shooter. Just wasn't a fan of it. And I don't know if Splinter Cell holds up for me. I liked it as a kid, but probably not anymore. I haven't played the first one in ages. I liked it back then, but probably won't like it now. But yeah, Splinter Cell, Logan Shadow, that's another one. Wait a minute. That's not Splinter Cell. I said the name wrong. God damn it. Shit. I mean Siphon Filter. What the fuck am I talking about? Yeah, Siphon Filter, Logan Shadow. Siphon Filter. Said it wrong. Siphon Filter, Logan Shadow. Not a fan of the Siphon Filter series anymore. Liked it as a kid, but I don't think it holds up now as an adult. I liked the first one back when I played it, but I don't think it would hold up now. I did try this one, Siphon Filter, Logan Shadow. Wasn't a fan of this. Just like kind of it's like a third-person shooter, third-person military shooter. Wasn't a fan of this one. Didn't remember caring for it. Couldn't really get into it. It was also a part of the free PS2 bundle. Next up is Splinter Cell, the first one. Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, the first one. Not a fan of this one either. Just not really into stealth games. It's not my cup of tea. I don't really like them, so that's another one. I did play this one, give it a chance, but not a fan of it. Next up is Dead to Rights 2. This game's a piece of fucking shit right here. This is one of the worst fucking PS2 games I've ever played. I hate this fucking game. Dead to Rights 2 is a piece of fucking shit. This game sucks. It's a terrible third-person shooter. This game sucked. It was just boring. It was lame. It was dull. This was also part of the free PS2 bundle. Dead to Rights 2, piece of fucking shit right here. Awful game. Boring. Just repetitive. Just not much to it. Next up is Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow. Another one I played. Not a fan of this one either. Just not really into stealth games. Next up is Splinter Cell Double Agent. Not a fan of this one either. Not really into stealth games. Next up is Ihara Motorsports Drag Racing 2. Not a fan of this one either. Not really into racing games. Not really into sports games. Tried a little bit of it, but not my cup of tea. Probably wouldn't play it, but it was part of the free PS2 bundle that I got. X-Men Legends 2 Rise of the Apocalypse. Couldn't get into this one either. It's weird because I like Marvel Ultimate Alliance and the whole reason I bought this one. But yeah, X-Men Legends 2 Rise of the Apocalypse. Not a fan of this one either. Just couldn't really get into it. Couldn't get into the first one. I think I tried this. I'm not sure. But I couldn't get into the first one, so I probably wouldn't be able to get into this one. So yeah, I do regret getting this. I got it because I thought, hey, I like Marvel Ultimate Alliance, so I like this one. Very similar to Marvel Ultimate Alliance, action RPG. But yeah, I'm going to do a jump cut because I'm running out of time, so I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So let's finish this PS2 collection video. Ran out of time, had to do a jump cut. X-Men Legends. X-Men Legends 1, this is another one I got. I wanted to get this because I liked Marvel Ultimate Alliance, and this was very similar. It was the original one before Marvel Ultimate Alliance, action RPG similar to it with X-Men characters and stuff. Couldn't really get into this game. I don't know why. It had the same gameplay as Marvel Ultimate Alliance, but just wasn't my cup of tea. Didn't like it. I think it's because I'm just not really into X-Men or the characters or the story themselves. So yeah, it's another one I have. Couldn't really get into this one. Another copy of X-Men Legends. This is the case for Medal of Honor Rising Sun. I already talked about this game, but here's the case for it. Like I said, wasn't a fan of this game, but it was a part of the free PS2 bundle I got. But yeah, it's another one. Medal of Honor Rising Sun. Wasn't a fan of this one. Up next is Soldier of Fortune Gold Edition. It's a game called Soldier of Fortune's Gold Edition. This is another free PS2 game I got in a bundle. Wasn't a fan of this game either. It's very similar to Doom, and I'm not really a fan of Doom or those arena-based type shooters. I just think they're very bare bones and boring, and I didn't like this one either. It was just a boring first-person shooter. Couldn't really get into it. It had some cool gore, but I just wasn't a fan of it. Wasn't a fan of this one, but yeah, it was part of the free PS2 bundle, so. Then up next is EA Sports Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2004. I don't even know if I have this one. Oh, I do have it on disc. Okay. But yeah, EA Sports Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2004 is another one. This was also a part of the PS2 free bundle. I liked some golf games as a kid, but I don't know if I would anymore. So yeah, I don't have much to say about this one. Haven't really played it. Probably wouldn't play it because I'm not super into sports or golf. But yeah, it's another one. I was thinking about selling this game and a bunch of the free PS2 games I got that I don't like because I don't want to keep things I don't like. It's pointless. So yeah, I have a few more to go through. Got some in these, I think. Let me make sure. Let me check. So let me see what I got in here. Let's see. Mostly it's like PS1 stuff in here, but I want to make sure. Nothing in there. Just making sure. Nothing in there. Nothing in there. So move on to this one. I keep some PS2 games in this. Oh yeah, we have. Well, I already showed that one. Final Fantasy X. That's the disc. The disc for Tekken 4. This didn't hold up when I played it. I mean, I never played this as a kid, but Tekken 4, I did try to play this as an adult. Couldn't really get into it. Just didn't appeal to me. I did like Tekken a lot as a kid, especially Tekken 5. Maybe this is just a bad sequel, or maybe I'm just not into Tekken anymore. I don't know. But yeah, Tekken 4, I don't know. I remember not really caring for this one. I did like the other Tekkens as a kid, but maybe the series isn't for me anymore. So yeah, that's another one. See what else we got here. We also have, I don't know if I showed that, Dynasty Warriors 4 Xtreme Legends. I don't think I showed that. I have that somewhere around here. Hold on, let me look for it. So excuse me while I go AFK while I look for it. Alright, sorry about that, people. I forgot to grab these two cases that I was, I have a lot of PS2 games, so I forgot to grab these two. Shit. Okay. Yeah, the disc is here too, so I might as well put it in the damn case, right? So put it in here if it'll fit. And it won't go in the case, but I'll just keep it in there for video's sake. So Dynasty Warriors 4 Extreme Legends, really like this one. Really good expansion of Dynasty Warriors 4. It has a new Extreme mode, new Legend mode, Arena Challenge, level 11 weapons, new items, improved AI, 5 difficulty levels. You can reset your characters. You have some of the modes 5XL has. So yeah, this is a good expansion to DW4. Challenging as hell, trying to get the new weapons, really. But yeah, good expansion for DW4, for sure. Up next is Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon. Never played this. So yeah, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon. Never played this. This was a part of the free PS2 bundle games. The reason I didn't play is because I don't have the disc. It was just the case, so I don't really have the game, just the case. But yeah, I'd imagine it wouldn't be my cup of tea since it's like a military shooter. But I haven't played it, so I don't have much to say about it. Let me look through the rest of here, see if I got anything else. Let's see. I believe that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So, yeah, that's it for the PS2 collection video. Sorry, it got kind of like I was starting to rush stuff. I just, you know, it takes a lot of time to make these collection videos because there's so much to go through. And, yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and hit the notification bell. Follow my Facebook. It's in the description below. That's all I got to say. That was my PS2 collection video. Peace.